Hi, and welcome.
I'm Z,
And I'm Keith.
and we're going to tell you about the movie that we just watched. But first, a little bit of a heads up.
Some of the movies we watch deal with heavy subject matters.
In order to talk about these emotionally delicate things and the heavy subject matters that we sometimes cover, we add humor and crude language to add some levity and to process our own trauma.
If that doesn't feel fun or safe for you, we completely understand. Please take care of yourself first and foremost.
And we spoil the end of pretty much every movie that we watch.
Now you know. On with the show. There's a new boy in the neighborhood, and he lives downstairs, and it's understood that he's there just to take good care of me, like he's one of the family. I want Charles in charge of my days and my nights. Cheers, everybody. This poor little out for Scott Baio, who's still living, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think I maybe I wish,
Unrelated.
I wish we'd gone with Pootie Tang instead of Booty Call.
Oh, except that. You know who wrote that movie?
No, I don't know who.
Louis C.K.
What? Okay, I didn't know a white dude wrote that. What? Why?
Because he loves black people.
Oh, God.
Let me verify my facts.
Yeah, you do love being like, you know who was in this, and then being wrong.
Instead, it's what's your boy who's in Hitch? Kevin James?
Oh, my God. Why? What the fuck? Sometimes when you say shit, it's offensive to me. Why would I? When my boy Kevin James? Absolutely not. What are you fucking talking?
It's the same shit. You do shit like that to me all the time.
Not with people that I find offensive. I do it with people I think you genuinely like, you ass.
Am I spelling the name of that movie incorrectly?
Hitch.
No, not that one.
Oh, Pootie Tang.
Right.
I don't know. Do you have a safe search on?
On IMDb app.
Let's see, Pootie. Oh my God. Oh, Pootie.
Yeah, whatever.
Girl.
No, not at you.
Yeah. Well, it was directed by Louis C.K.
Okay, directed.
But I don't know if it was written.
Yes. Written and directed.
Wow.
Never seen it.
Me neither. I didn't know it was from 2001. I thought it was way earlier in the 90s.
Yeah, it's later than it ought to be. I mean, assuming that it ought to exist at all. Go on. Forget about all that. We're talking about Booty Call.
Yep. I got stoned. But it was still it wasn't so much, it was a weird movie. It was a very weird movie. I think I would have preferred if they just had a lot of trouble getting condoms and had stayed out instead of going back again and again to like get different contraceptives.
Surprisingly strong, safer sex message in this movie. Messaging, I should say.
But I couldn't tell if it was like, Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was like supposed to be like a joke on her for like
Right,
caring so much, or if it was supposed to be like
I thought that's where it was headed, but then in the end, I don't think it was.
yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Because
Like,
they don't. She's never really made fun of by the characters or the film, really, for having that stance. The dudes are frustrated, obviously, because their
Yeah.
gratification is being delayed,
yeah,
or what have you. But
yeah,
they don't really act like it's unreasonable.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
They're like, and they're not like. There's not really a pushback in the sense of like,
right, yeah. I won't do it.
right, or you're being stupid or crazy or anything like that.
Yeah,
Which is interesting.
yeah, for
a
sure,
dynamic
for sure.
I was
Not expecting.
in no way
yeah,
prepared, in no way expecting.
But as stated in the lobby, this is the movie that someone saw that told me about it. They told me about the specific, like song that the guys sing about them getting glad rap.
Okay, someone told you about that song?
Yeah, about
a real
that
song.
scene. I've never heard. I didn't know that, and I don't think they did either.
Yeah, that one got lost to history, but for that reason, I remember it at the time. You gotta like it. It'll be the outro music, and it will be because I'm such a fan of it.
Okay.
Although it's one of those songs that's probably a white guy
Yeah.
who may or may not be used. Like, I'm not even sure who the vocalist does on it. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's not much to say about this movie. It's literally about. It's not. I don't even think it's about a boot. It's not even a booty call.
No, it's not, because at one point he's like, I can still make my booty call.
Yeah.
It's about a blind date.
Yeah. That has nothing to do.
Well, it's about a guy who's been dating someone for, a couple that's been seeing, two people that have been seeing each other for 7 weeks and have yet to have sexual relations.
Yeah.
And the guy's asked his friend, they both asked their friends to.
Yeah, they're trying to have a double date.
For whatever reason.
I
I don't know why you would
yeah.
at 7 weeks.
Yeah. Right.
Because neither the friends in question that are brought along are like want to do it.
Yeah.
And it
Right.
doesn't seem like it's like, oh, I need to set you up with a guy or a
Right.
girl.
Right.
Because neither of them seem to.
Yes. Right.
So very
Correct.
confusing.
Yes. Agree. Yeah. The dog under the table was almost funny.
Almost.
And the part that was like funny to me but so confusing was the way that they made Jamie Foxx's feet look.
Yeah.
There was no explanation for that and no reason
Maybe that's just
for it.
him.
It was just the gnarliest looking feet. Like, they looked so like scabbed. There was like a wart or something on his big toe, or I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be a bun. I don't fucking know. But I was like, his toenails are disgusting. I was like, what the fuck? Why? But the thing is, it never gets addressed.
Yeah.
That's the part that's confusing about it. He's playing footsie, and also everybody like almost fucking coming from footsie. Like,
Yeah.
what in the
I know.
fuck? Hilarious. It was funny to me when the dog was licking his ass, and he said, "Do you have a towel or do you have a napkin?" He was
God.
so stupid, so dumb.
That was the scene where I most enjoyed Jamie Foxx.
You're being
in the film.
sarcastic.
No? I mostly found him very hard to
It was
enjoy.
It was so confusing. Like, yeah, there was just like it was confusing, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say about it.
Yeah.
I will say I don't know. I don't know if it's Tamala Jones.
Mm.
The trivia said that like Bill Cosby hated the movie so much that her friends and family like basically like ostracized her and like wouldn't speak to her because when they found out that he didn't like the movie.
Why is he so powerful in her family?
Right. And friends like no one would like speak to her. I'm like, that's weird.
Especially since she's the voice of reason character.
Right. Yeah. The fuck, bro? Bill Cosby hated Jamie Foxx in this movie, so we're not going to speak to you anymore.
Well, more to the point, Jamie Foxx does a Cosby impersonation because Vivica Fox's character is turned on by impressions of powerful men.
Well, specifically powerful black men. But
Did she say that explicitly?
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
If I'm wrong, then I misunderstood. But
I just couldn't remember.
I
mean, that's all he does.
yes.
Oh, no, baby, you might think I'm freaky. Okay, it really turns me on when a man can do impressions, imitations. Yeah, like powerful men, men of authority, men like Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson?
Yes.
I like that part really got me just because that's something that I would do. I mean, not like I would definitely not ask you Keith to impressions of powerful black men.
You wouldn't?
No. No.
I could do it.
Well, for
You don't
one,
think I could do it?
no, I don't think so. But for two, it would be really horrible. I don't like impressions in general. They're something that I find very difficult, and I hate them as a principle.
But I'm so good at them.
So, but something being very weird and being like, this is what does it for me is like so fucking relatable that it was very, very funny to me and how committed he was to the bit. It did get me. I will say that did get me.
It wasn't that bad. It was just the Cosby part was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, no. And yeah.
Retrospectively.
But for sure. But the people he was choosing to me were very funny.
Yeah.
Like, and the...
First it was Jesse Jackson, and then there was MLK was in there. Who else?
MLK wasn't that funny to me, but...
Cosby, who else?
I don't remember. But it was so, like... I think it was the Jesse Jackson one that was really, like... The voice he was doing, it was nothing about it was sensual in any way.
Yeah.
It's always gonna get me. Something absurdly kinky is always gonna be. I'm always gonna relate to it and also find it funny, especially if it's a woman asking for it.
Yes.
Then it's gonna be funny. Yeah, there's nothing to say about this movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was either gonna be more ridiculous. I thought it was gonna be a lot more ridiculous. I thought they were gonna get into a lot of hijinks. I didn't think that the hijinks that they got into were just gonna be like they got the wrong contraceptives repeatedly.
Yeah, because of the. You sort of anticipate a sort of all-nighter kind of journey.
Yeah.
But it stays local.
Yeah. And the fucking the cellophane shit.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Well, no, I mean, I thought it was okay. It went a way that I didn't expect, and I thought it was despite there being so many tropes,
Yeah.
despite there being so many jokes that you've seen 100 times before,
Yeah.
there were quite a few that I had not.
Yeah. I did think it was funny.
I laughed maybe once aloud.
I did like that she asked him if he knew how to use the cellophane as contraceptive,
Yep.
and he said yes, and then wrapped it around his whole entire body.
Tommy Davidson, is that his name? Davidson?
Yeah, something Davidson. Pete something like that. Pete Davidson.
Shut the F off. He's very funny physical.
Yeah. He's one of those people.
I had forgotten about him. He's very recognizable to me.
Yeah.
And then I guess it was just In Living Color is how I knew him.
There's a genre of man, and it doesn't race doesn't apply, but that are very slight, but are really good with physical comedy, and there's something about that teeny tiny, and I don't mean necessarily short, just so little, you want to feed them.
They look very light.
Yeah. They look like I could pick them up and
that-
throw them across the room, and I can't even pick up 5 pounds pretty much. And he has that quality.
Chris Kattan.
So pretty much, yes, Chris Kattan is one where it's just anything that they do, in the dance scene when he was just I was this is so fucking funny to me just because of how he was moving his body. It wasn't what he was doing so much as how he was doing it that I was oh my God. And she's just watching him, and he's just nothing when he's doing the joke was supposed to be that he's dirty dancing on her without her knowing.
Yeah.
But the things he were doing was so
Ridiculous.
It was so ridiculous, and there was nothing obscene about it. It was just and that's what made it funny.
Yeah.
And he kept being pointing and stuff. And it was so fucking funny to me. It was funny. Yeah.
What a movie.
What a movie. I'm sorry that we watch Bob Burger every single night, all night long. And that I hear it.
You pick a quote.
And then I say it.
That is on every one of our episodes for 3 months. Before you move on to the next one.
Thank you.
You want to do something about your microphone there?
I don't even know. Oh, yeah. I don't know what to do about my microphone. I hope this works.
You can make it shorter so that it's bending less.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's some the interracial relations, let's say,
Interracial. Oh yeah.
are
There's some brown face. Is that what it would be?
Sure.
There's some brown face.
I think.
This is pre 9/11, so.
So it's okay.
No, so the joke is more confusing. Because you're where's this coming from? Where's this, because post 9/11, everybody's just a terrorist. Everybody that's brown is a terrorist. Pre 9/11, the joke will just be they have accents, and it's sort of what?
Their English is not so good.
Yeah.
They run a convenience store.
Yeah. You're okay.
Yeah.
What? It's very confusing to me. It was so... And the guy... I don't know why the guy with the turban was the white guy that was in brown face. And I don't know why he's wearing a turban.
I don't know why there was a white guy there at all.
Exactly. Right.
The other guy, Ahmed,
Yeah.
is played by Art Malik.
Yeah.
My boy from
Yeah.
True Lies.
Yeah.
The leader of Crimson Jihad.
Yeah.
If these demands are not met, Crimson Jihad will rain fire on one major American city each week.
He's great.
So-
We love him. He was great. Also, he was like almost playing the straight man, so
Right.
he was funnier.
Correct.
And
It's also funnier because he had less acting to do as far as like, or less to prove, let's say.
yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what I mean by the straight guy. He's not. He was just like, guess what? I was born brown.
Yeah. I think this must have been intentional that like,
Also, the other guy's doing a very clearly Indian accent.
yeah, they're supposed to be Indian.
Oh, okay.
Because remember he calls him Pakistani and he gets insulted.
Yeah.
Art Malik was born in Pakistan,
Right. That's
but
it.
they're playing Punjabis,
Yeah.
which is in India.
Okay.
Listen, you Pakistani piece of shit, do what I say.
Listen, you crack addict, we are not Pakistani, we are Punjabis.
I could pass for Pakistani.
However, my knowledge of all the obviously there are sects of Islam that wear head wraps. Right. Yeah. It doesn't look like that though. Right. That looks more like what Sikhs do.
Right. I was gonna say, yeah.
And I only bring Islam up because the guy has the mug that says
says,
"I heart Islam,"
Islam.
which
Yeah.
is kind of great.
Well,
I want that mug.
I know that it's like, okay, this is something that like can be hard for me because I'm like, I don't know.
Also, his name is Singh, which is a Sikh name.
Right. Whatever. This is a thing that can be confusing.
Not to mention, we haven't even talked about the
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant.
The confusing thing for me can be like I know that like this is a thing of mine where like I know, I mean, I'm not going to, I don't mean this in like a racial stereotype way, but more so like I know what I've seen what people from India look like. And they look like they're from India. But like like people will see someone that's like brown or someone that they assume.
Shout out to Eric Avari.
Yeah, and they're clearly from India and you're like, oh, they're not. I would never think.
Look.
I would never think to do
This is the improvement we got over old Hollywood where
Yeah.
Latinx people were cast as
Yeah.
anywhere from natives to South Asians,
Right.
West Asians,
Yeah.
North Africans,
Yeah. Right.
and beyond. Like
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it didn't really matter. They didn't really give a shit, especially before color
Oh, yeah.
film.
Yeah.
The improvement we get is that, at some point we should watch Hari Kondabolu's
Okay.
documentary, The Trouble with Apu.
Yeah.
I remember Spin Magazine doing a article back when I still looked at Spin Magazine in the late 90s that was like, the one group, it's still fine to...
Right. Yeah.
And again, they had a picture of Apu on
Yeah.
The Simpsons, and who was voiced by Hank Azaria.
I know. Yeah.
And had the turban and everything.
Yeah. What? It's so, I don't know. It's just one of those things where I don't really understand where, like, I know that it, like, post 9/11, I understand that it was an intentional,
Sure.
like, Islamophobia specifically about this thing that,
Yeah.
they had nothing to do with. But I'm like, what's happening?
Let's look. The U.S. invaded Iraq in 1991.
Yeah.
Israel
Yeah, I kind of forget that.
happened
I forget that.
a lot earlier.
Yeah.
So the Islamophobia, the Arabophobia, I don't know if that's a term that people use, but
Yeah.
it has its uses,
No, that's a good point. I didn't think of it like that. I was thinking more like direct, not like directly from like this one event kind of thing that stretches out. But like it's just so confusing, like why people think it's fine to like.
Well, I think I mean, I'm not trying to speak for black folks in the U.S. ever in any way, but I think the argument is like we're black, so we can make fun of immigrants. Or that I should say that it's not punching down to make fun of minorities.
Yeah.
If it's coming from a African American perspective.
Well,
I'm not defending that. I don't know if that's the case, but you know what I mean? I think that's...
I think, I will say that is not singular to black folks.
No, right.
Everybody thinks that they have, which is why you find some minorities that are like, who are non-black minorities who will be like, it's fine to say the N-word because I'm not white. And you're like, no. Mm-mm.
And at the same time, there's a lot of anti-black
100%
sentiment amongst other
100%
non-white groups.
That is, and it's very, really.
And I think this is a locus of a lot of it. Actually, is that like, because a lot of it is like the neighborhoods overlap. It's not like fully segregated. But I know there can be tension.
Oh yeah.
If a shop owner opens a shop and they're not, there's not a community that they're from.
Yeah.
In that neighborhood or whatever. Anyway, at least in media, I've been aware for a long time that it's like, there's a tension between the immigrant shop owner and the black folks who patronize the shop, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that's all. That's all I'll say. I didn't need to say all that. I'm trying to fill up time here.
While you were talking, it reminded me of something, and I'm like, now I can't remember what it reminded me of. Were you gonna
say something?
Fucking Jesus Christ! Oh, you piss me off. What have we done? 15 minutes and a half.
31.
Okay. I think it's important to do not great films, also, because I don't
think there's any problem. I don't think we have any problem.
No, I mean, like, for Black History Month, I'm saying we don't have to only choose good movies. I think it's...
That's fair.
I'm curious what I didn't look.
Go on.
How well this performed.
Oh, that's a good question.
The...
white director, by the way.
Yeah. But one of the writers, Takashi Buford.
A.K.A. Bootsy.
Bootsy?
That's how he's credited in the film.
Oh.
Credits.
But he's Asian and black.
Blasian.
So
let's talk about the we have the Chinese restaurant and then we have the shop where they first go to get condoms. Where you at, Mama?
Well, it says the box office was 20 million.
On what a budget?
But it doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't say budget, so I don't. No idea. It just says. Yeah. It just says that it made 20 million.
$7 million.
7 million was
citation needed.
Opening weekend, it didn't quite make its money back, which is not great. But worldwide, it made 20 million. That's crazy. But is that after video rentals and shit?
I honestly don't know how they calculate that shit.
Okay.
Like, what's the window?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like, is that just for in the theaters, or is it like?
I assume it must be.
Yeah, I guess. That's wild.
Tagline: some guys will do anything for a little something something. Excuse me, something something.
The Chinese restaurant is confusing.
Yep.
I always find it very funny because like I have always like me and my family like Chinese restaurants like or that sort of like genre of food was always like going out for a treat, doing something to treat yourself. It was always like and they always like there's always like huge portions, there's so much food and like you always like can eat on it for like so like the jokes in this were like very weird. They're like there's barely
there's
any
like no shrimp, yeah.
Like
Right.
and I'm like, what? Where are they going? Like I don't understand the
guess-
jokes. I don't. I'm unfamiliar.
I guess the Chinese restaurants in New York are
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up. It was like, well, I grew up in the with. It was like it was all Chinese buffet.
Interesting.
Now, I didn't experience like family style or whatever until much later. I don't even remember when. Like maybe even here going to Golden Harbor with the having the giant.
That's the first time
table.
I had like family style in the sense of like it's literally set up that way, but like we always didn't eat like usually we never ate family style. I I know that we had the in our family we would go to there was a hibachi place which I know it called Osaka, which I know is Japanese restaurant.
Thank you.
I understand that.
Thank you.
But every time my dad got his tax return, the family would go out to, and they would, it was, a hibachi restaurant. So
That's cool. That's different.
yeah. But like, I'm trying to think.
One time I went to a Mongolian barbecue place.
I've never been to a Mongolian barbecue place. But what I mean is like, I don't think.
But you've been to Masijos or whatever, right? Isn't that Korean?
What are you talking about? Masijos?
That's what I call it. That place downtown Urbana that like
I have no idea what you're talking about.
it's across from where Marathon used to rehearse.
Oh no, I've never been there. I've never
Oh,
been
really?
there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Never been there. Not,
I'm so shocked that it's
over any iteration of what it's been. I've never been to that building, no matter what restaurant.
Yeah, what was it before?
I don't remember, but it's been at least one different thing, maybe two. But I've never been to that.
Well, it's
building.
been that thing for some time now. Yeah. Anyway,
I love a good. I honestly, I love. Is it Peking Garden in Champaign? What? There was someone that like told a joke. Girl, there was someone that told a joke that was like, you're gonna get amazing food when you walk into a restaurant. And you see like a little Asian kid doing
there's
their
a
homework,
kid doing
and I was
homework.
like, oh my god,
100%. Immediately,
yep.
what the first one I thought of.
And it's so true. Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
There's one day where I went there with
Me.
the Blacks.
Oh.
And
So you were cheating on me.
we went there for lunch. It was like a Sunday or something. We all got cocktails.
Oh wow.
And they were so strong and fruity and came in like tiki glasses.
Yeah.
But so unexpected day drunk.
Yeah.
But it was a blast.
Yeah, I bet. I never got a drink there. Well, I got Tsingtao's there.
Oh, okay.
Tsingtao. This is like my fucking favorite beer ever. I miss being able to drink a Tsingtao.
So mixed feelings about. I mean, it's definitely they go away. I didn't expect where presumably Buns actually speaks Cantonese.
Yeah.
Cantonese, by the way, not Mandarin.
Okay.
So I don't know if that tracks for the Kung Fu movie. I don't know if that's.
Right.
I just don't know.
Yeah. That's fine. You don't have to know everything.
What?
Wait.
So, kudos for upsetting my expectations there.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It doesn't pay off.
No, it's not. It's very confusing.
Okay. But we got to talk about Getty Watanabe's appearance.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Chan, and I'm here to serve you tonight.
Hey, bro, Rashawn?
Chan, we're waiting on our dinner guests.
I think your hair is 3 things fabulous.
Well, I got 3 things for you. Back up Yoko Ono.
Oh, please.
Star of Vamp.
Yeah. And Gung Ho, right?
What's right? He was in Gung Ho too, huh?
Yeah. Getty Watanabe is we stan him in this podcast. He's always a good.
Well, this was.
And he's Long Duck Dong too, isn't he?
No, is that true?
Am I wrong? I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
hang on. Did the mic fall again?
Yes. Into my
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, I forgive him for that. But I do blame.
Man, he's still working.
Good. He should be.
Would you believe he does a voice in Kung Fu Panda 4? Kung Fu Panda. What the fuck came out of my mouth?
Kung Fu Fanda.
Panda. Fappa Papa.
Thaka Papa.
Woo!
We watched it, or I watched a thing yesterday on Pretendians. And it was Maori documentary basically. So it was like, but it was talking about Pretendians like in the US as well as they call it different. They call it something different there. But
Oh yeah, he's like the only one to be in the movie and the TV
oh,
show.
that's right.
Gung-Ho.
That's right. But in the way that I guess the Maori word for like ancestry or like genealogy or whatever is
Like connection to
Thakapapa. So they would so Keith like came in and they were talking about they were just like kept saying the word Thakapapa and he was like, What the fuck are they? He's like, What are they saying? What is that supposed to be? And I was like, yeah, they don't really explain it, but
Blindsided.
yeah. But it's also really fun to say.
Agreed.
I love the I don't know what it's called. But like there's certain like the way the Maori language sounds, like the it's so like ooh, like listening to it is like ASMR-y kind of. You're like, oh, like I have no idea what you just said, but can you do it? Can you say it again? Like, just, but it's specifically like their, like I don't know how to describe language, but like the cadence of the language or something, like the way that they, like how it, not just like, oh, I don't know. It like there's certain languages and accents that have like very specific sounds that are, I'm like, ooh, and Maori is one of them. It's very, but it's not just like any language. It's just like, and I think the fact that they'll like something that I find really cool, and I also have like, I'm doing sort of do this sometimes with Shawnee, is like they'll just say a Maori word while they're speaking English, because there's like,
oh yeah,
instead of like trying to translate it, they don't.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that sort of. I don't need to tell you what that, you can figure it out.
Right.
Like, I think that that's very cool. Anyway, would you recommend?
What was that? What was that video called?
It was called Pretendians. I don't know. It was like the channel was like Te Ao with Mona. but it was something like, it was like a really long, like the discovering what the, like all kinds of, it was like pretendians or like, what is a pretend? I don't remember.
Okay.
It was just like a long ass title and I found it because this channel keeps popping up on my, Facebook, on my Facebook feed, talking about like pretendians and people who, and in this one, it was like a section talking about, it was like specifically the Buffy St. Marie section, but then it got to her talking about her album, and like she was like, it was like it like cut off in the middle of her like talking about it, and I was like, okay, well, I want to know what happened. Like, what happened with this person and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, so I like clicked on the thing and it was like, I was like, maybe I'll just watch it. Cause like the person, the video was, oh God.
Sorry.
The person that posted the reel.
Gotcha. Yes.
Put the YouTube
Put the link
in the comment, and it was like, so I was like, okay, I was like, maybe I'll just watch it on my phone, see it from, and then it started playing, and I looked, and I was like, oh, this is like almost an hour long. I'm not gonna fucking watch this on my phone, so I brought it up on your computer.
No.
Our television.
My YouTube profile on our television.
Yeah. It's because I thought about adding my profile to it, but I was like, you know what? No. That's probably going to take a lot more energy than I have. And
probably.
I don't really.
And my algorithm will benefit from it, so probably.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, it surprised me.
Yeah.
We didn't, well, I guess we did.
What?
Nothing.
The hospital stuff was, that was probably the worst part of the movie for me. I forgot about that. I did like that he was like making a big deal the whole time, and then like Jamie Foxx, the whole movie, he's like talking about how like, fucking is like all he cares about. He's not gonna.
Yeah, that was a good joke.
Making a big joke, and then he doesn't. He like basically comes in 3 seconds, and I'm always a fan of that joke.
In front of a mummified man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm always a fan of that joke where like men who brag on how good they are in bed, like they're saying they're good because they feel good when they have sex. They're guaranteed.
I like that they end up using a literal glove for protection.
Yeah.
And then, we get the sort of postscript that they're now in a BDSM relationship.
Oh, yeah. I did also like...
a femdom relationship.
Yes. I did like... also when he immediately falls asleep.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I've been holding that one a long time. That's just a flare, baby.
Damn, my crippled ass could have rolled around in her coochie longer than that.
Damn, he's been watching this the whole time. The whole 3 seconds.
I hope I didn't wear you out now. Look, you need a cigarette or something to bring you down.
Or whatever he says.
Yeah, that part was probably the funniest part.
I tried so hard. I really wanted to see if there was... I could not find... I was really hoping that the Jack Russell was either Moose or Enzo.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find any evidence of that. In fact, he's not... the Jack Russell is not credited at all, despite stealing whatever scene he's in.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that in real life, I don't fuck with Jack Russells. However, they seem to do really good on film.
Yeah. Why don't you fuck with them?
I hate them.
Why?
Some breeds I just have an irrational hatred of.
Okay.
Jack Russell's, I think, stems from these kids that I work with when I worked at the FedEx Kinko's on the west side of Olympia, Washington, in circa 2005. There was these two annoying kids that were young and Christian that got together. They met working there, and then the guy got a Jack Russell, and then every other day it got out, and it fucked with him coming to work. But also, they're just annoying.
Yeah. That's fine.
Unless they can do like backflips and shit, I don't have time for them. I also don't fuck with corgis.
Yeah, that's true. You don't like them.
And that's because
big booties.
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And they're ugly. And they show you their asshole the whole time.
The whole time.
The whole time.
Yeah, mostly it was just, there was just nothing really to this movie. Like, the funny bits were, like, okay, but, like, there was nothing that, like...
It doesn't feel... There's nothing that feels groundbreaking.
Yeah, and, like...
Not that it's aiming for that. I don't think it's... I'm so sorry. I don't know. It seems like I'm faking it, but...
Jesus Christ. There's stuff that I wish got explored that's, like... You know, I think it, like what we were saying, like it's sort of interesting how the like safe sex is talked about. The thing that I was like a little bit like weird about is not so much that they talk about it, but they talk about it in a very clinically pamphlet-y kind of way.
Right.
As opposed to her saying, like, this is something that I care about. This is something that's important to me.
Right.
So that it you know, it's just like,
that's why it
transmission
feels...
of HIV is,
right.
you know, you're like, okay, I get it. You know, like, that's the only, I think that's the stuff that I was like, I don't get why we're doing that. Like, and it's a little bit confusing, but I wish there was, like, more... Like, there's not really any time given to, like, it's like she's the good girl and Vivica A. Fox is like the slutty girl. You know, she sleeps around.
Yeah.
And then but like, why don't, you know, and they like get into a fight about it, but like there's no real explanation why she doesn't want to have sex with him. Like,
correct.
So that's a thing.
Well, there is. She just wants to make sure that...
Right, but it's one of those things where I'm like...
No, it's like... It's all very two-dimensional. It's like a quote of a quote of an idea.
Right. And
that you've heard 100 times.
Yeah. And it's something that I'm like... I mean, I think that, like, third date trope shit is stupid.
Yeah.
Anything that's like you mark whether you want to sleep with someone based on how many times you go out with them. I think stuff like that's stupid. I think
How many people actually operate that way? It's so hard for me to conceive of.
I know
that there's a majority of people, straight people that function, even straight people.
Yeah.
Even straight neurotypical people, that this is the understood protocol.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That you go on a first date with someone you've never met before. It goes well, so you have another date.
Yeah, and then you just
And then you have a third date where you have sex, and then you decide if you're going to keep doing it or not.
Weird. Do like I do. Interact with someone. Have sex with them. If it goes good,
if you like
then
someone,
you
show
ask
them your
them if they want to date. Yeah. Show your friend that you worked with for a little while 3 years before your tits in a bar. And then kiss them while you're both drunk. And then
recipe for
break their ribs. Have sex with them. I mean, I guess that really did solidify our BDSM relationship because I cracked your ribs and you didn't get off at all.
I didn't get off at all.
That first night you said don't even worry about it.
Oh, okay. But
and
I thought you were slandering me by saying I didn't get off on having my ribs cracked.
That too.
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of wish that the characters I gave a shit about.
There were any characters?
I think
Buns is the most developed character, which is not saying much.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx gets too much leeway, I felt.
Yeah.
And personally, I didn't care for his braids, but not really for me to comment upon.
They're not braids.
What?
They're not braids. They weren't braids.
What were they?
I think they're dreads.
Or locks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. How somebody call them braids in the movie? Anyway.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I
No, I think you're right. I wasn't thinking braids.
You just said it. Yeah. I just like to let you know that I know more about black hair and black culture than you do.
I really shouldn't be doing this episode. I shouldn't have watched that movie. I shouldn't be here talking about it.
Yeah. It's always sort of, this is something that like I say it to you a lot. And by a lot, I mean just like every month or two. In the 10 years we've been together. Like I grew up around black folks. Like I grew up in a black neighborhood. Right. I literally had black neighbors. It's not like something I'm saying like
some of my best neighbors.
Clout or some shit. Like I'm not like but like it was never something where like being around someone black felt unusual or like like you know
black family members.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Also.
But like but I'm not trying to like use that as like a
no, just to say that
I get it. What I'm saying is I grew up around them, meaning that I never had that sort of how do I interact with it? Like whatever. I don't fucking. Yeah. I'm like that with everyone. So it's for me. It's not about race. It's about
right.
Oh God, I don't want to interact with anybody. But like, moving to the Midwest, like I've asked people like. Did you have like black people around when you were growing up? And they'll be like, no. And I'm like, what? And like people will be like, I've not, like, but it's always the people that are like you can tell that their experiences with like black folks are like mostly hypothetical. Yeah. And they have like this like, like I will admit sometimes I'm probably too comfortable with shit because I've been around black folks. I don't, so things that white people be like, this is offensive or like this. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like this is just something you shouldn't be witnessing. This isn't so, like they're not understanding the humor of something as opposed to like you don't really get to dictate how like I know that like I had a black coworker and we had this like we had this joke because there was someone who was racist who had a black girlfriend and we would always make fun of him for it and like basically accuse him of being a fetishist. Mm-hmm. And so I would tell my girlfriend at the time, like I would go, like we'd be at work and we'd be like, oh, this guy came, and we would just like riff for like half an hour about like how, and I tell her and she's like, this isn't funny to me. Like, this is really offensive. And I was like, you know that I'm telling you information that like a black person is saying about making fun of a white person being a fetishist, right? Like you understand that.
Well, just because you know one black person that thinks it's okay doesn't mean you have a pass.
Right? Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, you don't understand that, like, it. You think I'm saying it, like,
right,
or like because you can't say it, it's not. And I'm like, oh,
yeah.
And that's when I was like, did you? Did you know black people when you were growing up? And it's always like, no. And I'm just like, how do you do that? It's just so like people talk about, I mean, I know that like places in like, I know the Midwest and like, whiter sort of like places, you know, I'm doing quotes.
Yeah.
Just to explain to the listeners why I'm saying, I know that like I think the thing that's like so confusing to me is that people will act like black people aren't in the Midwest or something like, and that's why they don't interact that often. And I'm like, that's not true.
No, I've described this like,
and it's so weird to me that people like every job I've had, I've worked with, and the majority of the interactions that I have as like with coworkers are with black or non-white coworkers. Every single job I've had here. And so people will be like, I don't really, you know, there's not really a lot of, and I'm like, are you stupid? Because they're not.
I know. Yes.
It's not some like
I've described, you know,
I don't know where they are.
No, it's literally though. I mean, I've described my experiences in Portland when it was, I was there in the time of like peak gentrification of black neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And it was literally like a lot of white kids. I was in multiple spaces, multiple times where they would talk about the gentrification and how awful it was.
Yeah, right.
Without implicating themselves.
Yeah.
Or, and this wasn't only white kids, you know, like.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily black.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot of erasure in like the conversations that happen about
and just I don't know what to call it other than willful blindness.
Right. Yeah.
So at the same time, in my younger life growing up first rurally in Northern California, I just wasn't around a lot of people, and the people I was around were white.
Well, also you're around a lot of family too, and you're white.
Correct. Yes, I thought that was implied.
Or
implicit.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if it
in
was.
Southern California, you know, there were pockets.
Yeah.
But like, you know, in Riverside and Corona, where I was growing up, it felt like a larger population of Latinx folks. That was definitely, they got talked about a lot more in the racist sense. Black folks were just like another level.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, there were jokes. There were racist jokes in the family, of course.
Yes.
When I got to public high school,
it
was kind of the first time I really was shared physical space.
Yeah.
But honestly, not even in my classes most of the time. So I don't know what that, you know.
Yeah.
But it was really very few people. Like.
Yeah.
And I was honestly only aware of them if a fight broke out or something.
Yeah.
So that didn't help.
Yeah.
And you know, like my mom definitely, you know, like I definitely inherited her fear.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. And
race-based fears.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I think there's a lot of like white fear about appearing racist.
Absolutely.
You know, like, oh, I don't want it. But like I sort of exhibited that as a kid, and my mom like read me for filth. She was like, that's just as racist. And I was like, I was like, I'm so like terrified.
And that
like,
didn't melt you down? That would have.
No, I did. I was like, oh,
I would have been like, there's no way to win.
Yeah. I was like, you know, I was like, but I remember, I mean, I'm really not trying to make this episode be like, not to brag, but I have white friends. I have black friends. I know black people. But what I'm saying is like, I think that like, it's something that like, whatever. I'm going to tell this story from when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we went swimming. We went to Pine Island, and we would do that once a year, every year. And it was like a 3-hour trip to go there. And my friend, Ashley, she came with us, and we were like playing. And I remember like there's this group of black kids that started playing with us, like in the ocean. And we were playing like Marco Polo or something. And I remember like there was like, I think he was like the oldest one, but he was like probably around our age. And we were like 9, something like that, 9, 10. And I remember it was very clear that he thought Ashley was cute. And I was like, oh. And I was like so jealous. And I was just like, oh my God. And I was like so annoyed about it. And she was like,
did he do splashy splashy?
right, yeah. And I was like, so the whole time I was like, oh, how do I get his attention? I want him to like me.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, I don't want to play anymore. And I was like, why? And she was like, because he keeps touching my leg. And I'm like, we're playing fucking Marco Polo. Like, I was like,
was that the contact game?
Yeah, it's where you, like, I think we were playing Marco Polo. It's where you close your eyes and you say Marco and someone says Polo and they like reach out. She's like, he keeps touching my leg. And I was like, he's touching your fucking leg. Like, he's not like, I was like, okay. I was like, we're swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
And we were like this deep, it was like, so we were all like crouched down. And so we were like, we weren't like, it wasn't like, he wasn't like, it was really easy to brush against somebody and stuff like that. And I was like, so? And she was like very insistent that we not play because he was touching her.
Okay.
But not like, it was just like he keeps touching my leg. And I'm like, okay.
That's how you play.
And I was like, we're like bumping into each other. And then what? I was like, is something, I was like, that's it? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, why is that? She was like, And I was like, what? She was like, he's black. And I was like, and I was like.
And then you drowned her?
Basically, I was like devastated. I was like, Mom, like.
How could you let me be friends with this?
Yeah, I was like, I think Ashley's racist. And I was like, what? And I was like, what do I say to her? How do I make her not? And my mom's like, girl, like shit is like, this is not.
Yeah.
She's like, this is just how. I was like, but it's bad. And I was like, how do I show her the light? My mom was like, no, this is way past anything you're gonna. She's like, her parents are teaching her this. Like, you're not gonna be able to like magically.
Okay,
make
so
her,
how do I talk to her parents?
Right? Yeah, I'm like, this is the same girl who was in pageants a lot and who had Cocker Spaniels, and I said. And I was holier than thou, and I said, I think it's really awful that you cut the tails off of Cocker Spaniels. I was like, I think that's really bad. And I was like, again, like 8 or 9. And her mom said, oh, you have to do that. You can't let them have, like, longer tails. And I was so relieved because I was like, oh, shit, like, they have some sort of, like, and I was like, oh, why? Why do you have to cut them off? She said, and, like, totally straight-faced, same, like... Because it would look stupid otherwise. And I said, what? I was like, that completely broke my brain. I was like, so like, realizing that like the people in my life, and I'm not, and again, like I'm not trying to pat myself on the back and be like, I've always been an ally to the Black community. What I'm saying is like any...
I think you have to be real with yourself about, you're just, if nothing else, you're describing what's the difference between our specific upbringings. You know what I mean? Like,
right, but it's also like it to me, I think you're missing out.
Absolutely.
Because like, and I don't mean like, because I don't mean it in like a fetishy or like a tokenizing way. Like everyone should have a black friend. I don't mean it like that. What I'm saying is like, to have any sort of habitus, right? To have any sort of like cultural habitus where you aren't just interacting with people outside, and it's not necessarily even racially. I mean, yes, you should also racially be interacting with people that don't look like you, but like class-wise, and like you should always be striving to interact with people that don't look like you, with media that isn't made just for you, without, like, I don't mean white saviorism. I don't mean making it, this is what I was going to say earlier.
Okay.
That thing that like white people do when they really want to, like they've learned that like about racism, and so they then want to. It's sort of along the lines of like what the Pretendian documentary where that lady was like, people don't know how to be an ally.
Yeah.
And like I think that there is, when people, I find it problematic because I really hate when white people do this with native shit.
Yeah.
When all their art, all their stuff is just appropriating basically, or like making like native, like painting native people. It's like, fucking stop. Paint your own people. Paint someone else. You don't gotta do this shit. But like white people will like make their art only black people. And you're like, oh, okay. There's a difference in being inclusive and being like, to me, I feel like that is artistic blackface and artistic red face. Because like even if you're not claiming, if people are interacting with your shit and they don't know what you look like, they're going to assume. And they're going to want
Well, it
to.
depends on how the subjects
and
are treated, right?
It does, but I mean like if you're selling paintings, if you're creating artwork and you're selling it and it's of people that do not look like you, I think that can be very, and you're not using that.
It's like fishing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I wouldn't say it's full on face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
like,
Right. But it's also appropriation. Like
Absolutely.
whether you
Absolutely.
want to admit that it is or not, like if you make but I'm just saying if you use other people, other more marginalized people to profit, period, you're doing something you're doing something not good. You're not doing something as good as you think you are. But like white people really do love to make performances, to create art around the communities with which they have harmed, and considering themselves as doing a solid to that. And it doesn't. Unless you're donating 80% of those profits to that community.
80.
I would say, yeah. Like,
I think you're being conservative.
Oh, yes.
90.
I am being conservative. I'm like, depending on, if they're.
So you're conservative.
Anyway, all I'm saying is like, there's a lot of ways that like white people don't know how to be an ally, don't know how to interact, don't
absolutely.
know how to, and in so they other the like, it's sort of the same thing when people like fetishize different culture, like fetishize Asian women, fetishize black women, fetishize trans women. When you fetishize like a specific type of person, it doesn't mean that you're no longer transphobic. It doesn't mean that you're no longer racist. It doesn't mean that you're no longer phobic in any way. It just means that you're tokenizing someone. You're making you're still othering them. And a lot of white people don't understand that even if you're being super duper nice, it can still be a tokenization of a group, of a minority. And I think that that's something that like,
I think you have to be clear.
and I think it's super easy to do that, especially when you are in a white habitus, because, but it's also just as easy to let it happen when you are around. And this is something like this is why I'm like trying to, check myself and be like, I'm not trying to like, what I'm trying to show is that like the difference between how I grew up and how other people I know grew up.
Right.
Not saying I'm doing everything right because I grew up around black people.
This thing that you had no control over
Yeah,
as a child.
Yeah. Like, I don't think, like, I'm grateful.
No, because of that experience, you notice things that I don't, for instance.
Yeah, right.
Or at least things, you see things differently.
Yeah. And also,
and that's useful.
And
And I think whatever. I just don't want you to worry about like being misunderstood as patting yourself on the back or something, Also,
yeah,
you're
I'm not trying to do that. Yeah. What I am trying to say is like, I don't think that I have enough like non-white people in my life.
Right.
And I still am
Same.
like, and will interact with white people that like don't even think about that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
No,
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, this is insane to me. That's more what I'm trying to say.
Well,
like,
but I
I'm
mean,
not
how many
trying.
times have we done something socially and we end up in a, it's only white people.
Yeah. It's yeah. And I'm very like, oh, I'll be aware of that. Or like,
Sure.
I'm trying to like, a lot of time, and I don't want to, like, a lot of times when that happens, when like the experience is like everybody's white, I'm not like, can't wait to do that again. I'm like, I'm like, okay, I want to really think about whether that was something that was actually beneficial. Ow.
I want to say,
Please.
if you're white here in the U.S. or other places in the imperial core, ask me what that means if you don't know what that term means, or look it up is really what I mean.
Okay.
No, I mean, you have to be clear on your intention of what it is you want. Are you doing it just so you feel better about yourself?
Yeah.
Or less
Yeah.
bad? Or less implicated in structural racism?
Right.
Or are you actually interested in benefiting?
Right.
Like, the liberal thing that I think we're mostly, I would guess most of our audience, whoever you are, other than the two people we know and hear from regularly, thanks guys. The liberal framing is basically sort of every community should have a voice, democracy, representation, marginalized groups should get specialized protections to counterbalance the history of structural, institutional racism, sexism, genderism, all of it. And then that's how you better things. And as an individual, what you can do is you can amplify the voices of of minority folks or historically oppressed peoples. That only goes so far. It's ultimately a dead end as far as how much good can come to those groups under that framing.
Yeah.
Despite your own intention as an as an individual,
Intention.
you can do a lot of work, and it will still be. If your goal is, well, I don't want to get too specific here. I also don't want to get too vague.
Difficult.
Yeah. My point of view, my framework is that this United States of America structure will never be reformed into allowing historically oppressed groups to have any significant power that would result in the lack of
a shift
dominance
of-
by white European ruling elite. And it's not, and that's a very generalized, I'm not saying that you can't be in that class if you're a person of color.
Right.
Because there are plenty of agents of empire who are not actually.
But I think that goes to what you're saying. Like, you're working
exactly.
within the system isn't going to get you something, isn't going to ultimately change things for people on the ground. You know what I mean?
Say it again.
Being in the system, being like working within the system as it isn't going to change things for people on the ground. Like the real suffering happening to people isn't going to change as long as you're working within a system that allows that suffering to happen. It's just, it won't. And
Which
it doesn't. And it doesn't matter how, like, yeah. Sorry.
No. I appreciate that.
Because I think a lot of people are like, well, if we get good people, you know, it's like, well, you know,
Exactly.
if we have good cops, then the system will be reformed. And it's like, babe, the system was created to catch runaway slaves. This system is bad. The cops were invented to catch and bring people back into slavery when they escaped it. That's horrific. And that it's like being like, if we polish this turd enough, it'll turn not poop. And that's, you can't do that. You know what I mean?
You've been polishing turds so long.
I do want to say one thing about the movie that I didn't really think of it at the time, but thinking about it now, I think I do like this message in the movie that I didn't really click until we started talking about like more like, I don't know, in depth about like the perception people have and how people, I don't know, more about like a more personal experience as opposed to just looking at it like a movie talking about whatever. Anyway.
Okay.
I'm not saying that it's whatever.
Yeah. Sorry if I infected you with my brain worm. It doesn't allow you to finish the sentence.
I like, is it Boots? What's his name?
Buns?
And
yeah, what's his name? Rashawn.
I like how there is a subtle message that the girlfriend is saying. Well, I don't want to say it's necessarily subtle, but she talks a lot about like he seems more concerned with how Buns perceives him than how he treats her or who he is around her. And she's like, I want to know that you want to be with me because you want to be with me and not because you're trying to show off to Buns.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, the way it ends, she's like, you haven't changed my mind enough, you know, because she finds out that they had like a bet of like, you know, who was going to get it, you know, if he was going to score before the sun came up kind of thing. And she's like, the problem is your relationship with Buns, not that you guys are friends.
Right.
But the way that you act with him is a problem. And he ultimately, and I think more goes into that, you know, I think it's a very subtle sort of nod, but I do think it is sort of how like that sort of like toxic masculinity that men will do, where it's like the most important thing is sleeping with someone, not because you care, not because you want to be with that person, but because you want to be able to say to your friends that you did. And like sort of like she's wanting to mean something to him and not be a conquest that he can brag about. And I think, you know, there's problems within that, you know, there's things, you know, there's, you know, like societal slut shamey stuff, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I think ultimately, like, for it being 1997, for a lot of these topics not necessarily being at the forefront, how much it talks about safe sex and how much it's emphasized that she's not wanting to have sex with him as much as she doesn't want him to be thinking about his friend more than he's thinking about her, you know? And like, you know, there is an aspect of like toxic masculinity within it. And there's an aspect of like, they're both so willing to, you know, get contraceptives in order to sleep with them. And like you said, like they're not like making fun of them for liking it. They're not like, they'll be frustrated. They'll be like, oh my God. But they're like, we have to hurry, or like we have to get there. We have to do this, as opposed to being like, let's just say that we did it, or let's just, you know, it's not that important. It's not that big of a deal. Like they don't really argue against the points she's making.
Right.
And he, at one point she says like, she doesn't want to get HIV. And he's like, I don't have HIV.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, not really the point.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's like, I think that that's a good message that it's like it's not necessary. It's not about a personal. It's not like literally you have AIDS and are going to give it to me. You have HIV and are going to give it to me. It's like I want to not risk anything.
Yeah.
Until like at all. Like some people always use condoms, like even if they're married, and that's crazy to me, but whatever. My favorite thing about us is that we stopped using condoms like week 2. And about like 3 years ago, I saw something that was like, if you're in your 30s and you haven't done a lot to not get pregnant and you've never had a scare, they're like, that means you're infertile. And I said, oh, we weren't lucky. It was me. It was me.
I think I just am really good at.
Oh, yeah. Not coming.
Baby, work it. Before you can stick and move, you gotta grin in the groove. You know men are dogs. So go bark up somebody else's tree. Here, boy, come and get it. Come on and show you're able, and go below my navel. Don't be a tease, just give me what I like. I'm full of freakiness, so give my cat a kiss and make it purr so we can do this right. You gotta lick it before we kick it. You gotta get it soft and wet so we can kick it. You gotta lick it before we kick it. You gotta get it soft and wet so we can kick it.
Go on.